Why hello YouTube. It's been a while. It's your boy GY Joe. I'm going to talk to you guys today about a radium external surge tank setup. Specifically for, well, on my car, it's a BMW 135i LS twin turbo. Big fuel for what it's worth, right? Let's get into it. This is a shout out for the LSE90X crew because you guys have helped me out so fucking much that it's my turn to hopefully give back to some new guys because I get asked that question and I have a few videos, but they're shitty. So now I'm going to try to make a better video for everybody else involved, okay? Let's get going. Strap in. It's probably going to be about 10-12 minutes. Let's get going. Alright, going through it. Right off the bat, we're going to look at the passenger side fuel tank, okay? Passenger side fuel tank. You're going to see me point with my hand a lot. Setting up a light never works. Dad's not here to hold the light. Dad left to get milk and he never came back. It's just how it goes, okay? So, alright. All these connectors are OEM, right? What you're going to need to do for this passenger side fuel tank, right? Use a stock pump. Stock pump, if it's a performance car, should be good enough to feed the actual system. It's going to be continuously fed, and it's also going to be continuously returned back to it. So that's good news. What you're going to need is probably about 10 feet of PTFE AN6 line. You're going to need two 45 AN6 PTFE connectors. On top of that, you're going to need one single AN6 bulkhead fitting, which is what is my AN6 line is connected to. Now a bulkhead fitting, basically you're going to have to take this cap off, remove all these connectors, and then lift out the top hat of this fuel tank and drill that AN6 hole. You got to get an AN6 hole, drill smaller, then go larger if need be, but always drill smaller because they're getting rare to find and it sucks if you have to waste money on it. But then all you do is basically get some gasolia. So what you need is a 10 feet of PTFE AN6 line, two PTFE AN6 45 degrees, and then one AN6 bulkhead fitting with some gasolia liquid PTFE thread tape. That shit's awesome. Use it on everything. Drill the hole, screw in the bottom, screw in the top. That's what my AN6 line is connected to. We're off to the driver's side. Okay, driver's side. Now, mine is a little bit different than your guys's because, well, it's aftermarket. Yay! I didn't use OEM, but you can do whatever the hell OEM lets you do. You can get this fitting likely from P&R. It's just the fitting that goes into the driver's side top, right? I used that PTFE fitting with some AN6 push lock hose. All you do is take that, and instead of routing it down through the car, it routes right the fuck back into it, okay? So, keeping track, you need that PR fitting, as well as possibly some AM6 line. If OEM doesn't work, I don't know if it does. Take that PTFE fitting and all your AN6, you route it around, and then I routed mine right through here to the back. To the meat and potatoes, the radium external surge tank. Let's head over there. Alright, here's the extra radium external surge tank. This is not going to be a video to show you how to set it up. On the inside of it, look up how to set it up there. I have a 535 Walbro and a 450 Walbro in there. There will be a wiring diagram on the LSE90X page. You can ask Fred about it. If not, I will see if I can't find a link to it somewhere or put up a diagram, but that diagram will work 100% of the time and you will not have any issues with it, okay? So, going through some stuff. We're going to talk about the two lines that we have, right? Somebody hold my flashlight. Hold me down. We're going to talk about the two lines that we already talked about, right? So your supply line is coming from your driver's side. Your overflow is coming from your passenger side, all right? Supply gives the tank fuel. Overflow returns the external fuel that's coming back from the return line to your passenger side fuel tank. So it's a complete returned system. A+. What we're going to talk about here is our two massive fittings up top, okay? You can use a this is that second 45 PTFE AN6. This is a push lock straight AN6. From here I'm using AN10s. This is custom. Do whatever the hell you want. I can't recommend it, but this is how I did it. From here there's going to be a grommet that you could punch out that looks like that hole originally, okay? punch it out, cut it out. So that's what I did, and then I did some window trim on the external portion of this guy, just because, well, that's the way I wanted to do it, just to protect it. So your supply line and your return line go through there, and now we're gonna go under the car, and hopefully I don't fuck this video up for the 6th time. Once again, fucks this video up for the 6th time, so I said fuck it. I'm gonna try to figure out how to link these 2 videos together on YouTube. I think that's probably a little bit easier than doing whatever the fuck I was doing before, because I can't fucking get shit right, so that's just how things go. Welcome to my fucking life. So, you're looking at an incomplete underside. Don't judge me, you bastards. Here's my fuel tank lines coming up, right? An exhaust is going to go over here. When I send it off to the exhaust shop, I have a ton of heat shields that I'm going to bring over. I'm probably just going to smash that up and have them drill the same way over there, and then just riv nut somewhere. Or if anything, weld a little bracket and then just kind of hang those out into it. I routed them up top. They kind of come over. Keep them away from any spinny parts. Obviously, you don't want your spinny parts to fucking eat your fuel lines. That would suck, right? Terrible, terrible time. Here, I just kind of did some quick zip ties, and then I did this fucking thing, and we'll see if that works, and if not, I'll make another bracket. Going on your supply line, you're going to need this thing. Now, you can put this thing, which is a fuel filter. I did 30 microns from Evil Energy. You can put this damn thing anywhere. I don't know why the fuck I decided to put this down here. It was stupid in hindsight, and I'm probably going to get it switched. But we're going to talk about that at a later date. As long as you have that filter in line to your supply line, again, supply line gets your filter, that's all that matters. I'm probably going to put it back up closer to the actual tank, but that's in time for another fucking tale. So here's how I ran it all the way over here. What you're seeing is my return as well as my fucking feed. There we go. So, look at this. It's a supply line. Oh my god. Supply line, Dad. We made it. Oh, finally. Okay. This supply line has a Y. Now, you could do whatever the hell you want to, but this is what I did. So, AN10, AN10. This is your 2 fuel rails that you have up top. Okay? So, route them however you feel like, and make sure that they stay away from all the spinny parts. So I did a lot of zip ties and zip ties and zip ties, and then I'm going to continuously check them and see if they keep breaking or if they don't break. That's it. Now I'm going to go up top, so pause for a second. Welcome back to the LSE90X page where Joe shows you his car. From here, we have, I forget if I mentioned it before, that thing down there, that Y, is a Y block, okay? So what I used in total, I swear to God, it's probably close to 60 feet of AN10 PTFE line, which is expensive. So get Evil Energy. Evil Energy is great shit. I'd recommend them for everything. It works really well. Do that. Just saying. Y line comes up here. Okay? Y line comes up here, feeding my rails. Alright? From the rails, I have it going here, and I have it going here, and I have it going back underneath. Where, you might think? Why don't you have 2 lines underneath? Because I don't. That's why. I shoot them off to the left, okay? Now, this setup, I don't know if this is permanent. I'd love to put it over here. We're working on it. It's a questionable thing. So, this is your second part. This is going to be your return. Your actual, that makes your return, okay? So, your rails, and this could be anywhere in your engine bay, your rails shoot up, shoot out, or do whatever the fuck they want, and they come back to your regulator. Wow, regulator. Now, this is a MagnaFlow regulator. I think it costs like 225 bucks, something like that. You're going to have to attach a vacuum source to it. I use the intake. All my stuff for vacuums is my intake. And then you're going to need some way to put a pressure sensor into it. Now, the reason why I don't like this setup is because it's so close to here. That's going to get exhaust wrapped, and this is going to get fire shielded, but you never fucking know, right? That's just how the world works nowadays. So, Jesus Christ. From here, return line, or your rails, your return line goes there. Now you have to figure out where you're going to mount your return to go all the way down. I kind of went all the way down and went all the way around and routed it back that way. Why? Because, well, I thought that was the best way to do it. Maybe I could do it differently, or maybe I could do it like here, but then I had to cross over the trans. That was too complicated. So I did that. Will it change in the future? Probably. This is like the first version of this car, so that's it. I'm not going to go back down underneath again because that's too much work, and I'm not doing it. So we're going to go back, and now we're going to do the final overview for this whole system. Is kind of everything. Welcome back to the return system. Welcome back to the return system. I've returned to sender. Welcome back to the radium surge tank. Now we have my return line, right? So the whole supply line, or the whole shebang bang, right? Driver side feeds the tank. Pump out feeds the rails. Rails go to regulator. Regulator comes down and comes back to the surge tank. From here, your overflow, whatever extra pressure gets shot out of the overflow back to your driver's side main fuel tank. And that's it. You have a wonderful overview on setting up an external surge tank. It is not hard. I'd recommend it, but that's just me. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the past video. Maybe I did, but I'm gonna mention it now since we're already over 11 minutes, so fuck it at this point. I used like a piece of paper. I put the surge tank on top, I traced it, and then I made my mounts. Right, you're gonna need a riv nut gun, and then you're gonna have to drill some holes, and I used 4, and she's pretty sturdy. So that's it. If you have comments or questions, Fred has that wonderful diagram. Hopefully I mentioned that before. Look him up on the LSE90 group. It's common knowledge. Use the search function. And that's all from your boy, Joe GY on Facebook. Don't look me up. I don't need you to know my name. But that's it. Hopefully I was as helpful on an overview. And there you go. Voila. Message me if you have questions. Or drop a comment down below. And if you feel like subscribing, you don't, because no one wants to subscribe, because that's old. So do whatever, live your life. Peace out, live, love, and prosper. Bye bye.